Coming to seated towards the front of our chair. Close the eyes, focus in on the breath, and let the breath be a guide to establishing your intention for today's practice. You might notice, with the rain and the air being a bit clearer, that some of that scratchiness or dryness in your throat is just a little less today. So just focusing in on the breath, notice what's moving with the breath. And doing so without directing, without us trying to control the breath, without having a particular intention for the breath. And now moving from that breath without intention to a breath with intention. Setting that intention to move the breath deeper into the lungs. To emphasize the diaphragmatic breath, but breath that depends on the movement of the diaphragm up and down. Movement of the diaphragm that creates space for the breath to enter the lungs and fully empties the lungs on your exhale breath, preparing them for the next round of inhalation. Continuing that slow, even flow of the breath. Deepening the flow of the breath with each inhale breath. First establishing an equal inhale and exhale, and then extending the exhale breath slightly longer than your inhale. With your eyes closed, notice the balance of the weight on the right and left sit bones and on the midpoint of the sit bones, front to back. You might rock slightly forward to tilt the pelvis forward and bring the weight to the front of the sit bones, and then push the pelvis back, tilting it towards the back of the chair. And just gently rock forward and back. Inhaling as we go forward and exhaling as we go back. Inhale forward. And letting that evolve into a cat-cow motion. Inhaling, arching the whole spine forward, opening up the front of the chest, filling the lungs with oxygen, and then exhaling, rounding the spine towards the back of the chair. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. And exhale back. And let's just hold back, tractioning the arms, allowing the shoulders to move slightly off back. And then inhale, come back to that neutral spine. Let's do 4 more complete rounds of the breath. And this time, using that intentional breath with an extended exhale breath. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 3, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 4, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Inhale, 5, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 6, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 7, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 8, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's take the arms to the side. Inhale the arms overhead and draw the hands back to heart center. Let's inhale up. Draw the hands back to heart center. And once more, inhale. Exhale, back to heart center. Take the arms down to the side. We'll warm up the spine through a lateral movement by taking the right fingertips towards the floor. And inhale, come through center and take the left fingertips down towards the floor. Right, left for 2. Right, left for 3. Right, left for 4. This time take the left arm over as we come right, and windmill the right arm over as we come left for 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and 4, and 4. Come back to center. And now we'll do that movement I've sort of dubbed putting away the dishes from the dishwasher. So reaching across and down, pick up the plate or the glass and put it on the top shelf. Reach down and twist and up to the top shelf. And 3, and 3, and 4, and 4. Release the left hand down to the side. Reach the right hand across and fill the other side of the cabinet for 1, 2, 3, and 4. Come back to center. Let's inhale here and continue to work on that twisting motion as we bring the left hand to the outside of the right thigh, snuggle the right hand up towards the sacrum, and twist towards our right side, lengthening the top of the head towards the ceiling with each inhale breath, and maybe slightly backing off the twist as we inhale, and then use the space we create during the inhale to move even 1 millimeter deeper into the twist as we exhale. Inhale one more time, lift the top of the head, create that long spine, and exhale and come across, taking the right hand to the outside of the left thigh and twisting towards our left side. Breathing here. Inhale, exhale, come back to center, and let's take one cat-cow move. And exhale back, round the spine back towards the back of the chair. And inhale, let's come back to a neutral spine. Let's find our strap. Let's stretch the right foot out towards me. Take the strap around your wrists or hold on whatever way you can. Feel comfortable and draw the toes back towards the body. So the toes are pulling back in towards the shin. The arms are straight, so we're not using the biceps here. We're using the shoulder muscles to create that tension to draw the toes in towards the shin. Steer the outside edge of the foot towards the floor and draw the big toe side of the foot towards you. Come through center and press the mound of the big toe into the belt. Going and draw the little toe side back towards you. Once again, going through that eversion and inversion movement of the foot. And come back to center. Raise the leg up to a point where the thighs are even. Draw the foot back in and see, without rounding the back, if you can lift that leg any amount higher, bringing it up towards the chest, but keeping the front body engaged, keeping the core engaged so you don't slump towards the back of the chair. Release that foot onto the floor, and let's move the opposite side. Again, drawing the toes in towards the body, feeling the stretch in the calf muscle, drawing it in. Again, strengthening the core muscles so that we're not rounding the back towards the back of the chair. Lift that, come to the up any amount. You might come to the point where the thighs are even, or you might raise a little higher up. But don't create that height in the foot by rounding the back. Keep those core muscles that we worked on a lot in previous classes. Keep them strong and engaged to keep the spine aligned. And don't look so glum. Smile. Everybody looks so serious this morning. Just because we've got a rather somber day outside. Yes, we did the eversion and inversion on this side. Let's come back to center. Walk the feet slightly wider than hip distance. And just move the legs gently from side to side. Warming up the hip joint. Let's take a look down at the feet. Look at the toes, spread the toes out. And now use the toes of the right foot to drag the heel forward. So our inchworm move. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Dig the toes in and push the heels back. And 6. Let's do that twice more with the right foot. Pull the heel forward for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then dig the toes in and push back for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And final time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then push back for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Just tap the toes now on the right foot. And then go heel toe as well. Let's come over now to the left foot. Again, look down at the toes. Try and get all 3 corners of the foot. So the inner edge, the base of the big toe, the base of the little toe, and the center of the heel, get them all in contact with the floor, and then pull the heel forward with the toes for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And push back for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Twice more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And push back for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Final time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And back for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Tap the toes. And then go heel toe. Interlace the fingers around the right shin and draw the right shin in towards the right shoulder. Again, you'll notice you're likely rocking towards the back of the sit bones. See if you can use those core muscles to lengthen and support the front body, and then flex and point the toes. Circle in one direction and circle in the opposite direction. Come onto the knee. We'll take that hip into a circle and go in the opposite direction. Keep the leg bent, support behind the leg, and draw the heel in towards the center line of the body. Working on an outward rotation of the hip. So 4, 5, and 6, and then come back to center and work on an inward rotation. So going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Release the right foot onto the floor, come to our non-dominant interlace of our hands. Draw the left knee towards the left shoulder. Flex and point the toes. And circle. And circle. Come behind the leg. Knee stays bent. And rotate the leg so the heel comes in towards the center line of the body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Come back to neutral, and then go out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Release the leg onto the floor. Stretch the right foot out towards me, toes pointing towards the ceiling, toes drawing towards the shin. Move it out to about a 45-degree angle. Hold, press the heel down by activating the muscles along the back of the leg. And then go out as far as you can. Open those hips up. And try and position the knee over the heel on the other leg and lift the arms up. Release that hand down, draw that leg in. Extend the leg out towards me. Press the heel into the floor using the muscles in the back of the leg. You might find you get a little more freedom of movement by shifting towards the left side of the chair. Right knee over right heel. Come out to about 45 degrees. And then open up to the maximum on that side. And let's lift the hands up overhead. And breathe here. Well, let's release the arms down and bring that leg back into center. Let's continue to work up the body down, coming to our core muscles. We've already done some activation of the core in a couple of the other moves now, but we're going to keep bringing the attention to that area by either option. The option is always to use or not to use the weights. Inhale here. And before we start to move the body back, bring your attention to the muscles of the core and set an intention to activate the muscles of the core each time we lean towards the back of the chair. Activate those muscles and exhale. Come forward for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and we're going to hold back on 12 for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to neutral. Reverse the cross. Inhale, go back for 1. Activate the core to lift you forward for 1. Inhale back for 2. 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, and 12, and 12. Let's just take the weights now to the side. Let the weights hang off the edge of the arms. So the weights, and we're going to do some hammer curls. So 1, drag the weights down for 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, and 12, and drag them down. Let's take one or both weights and either and support like that, and just we try and work the triceps a bit. So supporting, coming forward, lift, bringing that arm up, upper arm parallel with the floor, stretch out for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Let's come over to the other side and repeat that for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. One weight in each hand, roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and down, forward, up, back, and down, and once more, forward, up, back, and down. Set your weights aside, and we're going to come up, standing, and we're going to face the back of our chairs. So let's find find one of your therapy balls. And let's come to standing and just bring, and if you don't feel stable in doing this work with the therapy balls while we're standing, feel free to come back to seated and do the work from seated. So bring the weight onto the base of the big toe, and also bringing the heel onto the mat, roll across the toe bases. And perhaps notice how this exercise is just a little bit different when we're doing it standing versus doing it seated, and how you can bring a little bit more force onto the toe bases. And now, either standing, using the chair as much as or as little as you need for support. Come back to that base of the big toe and roll towards the heel. Follow the metatarsals, the bones of the foot, and then go one toe at a time all the way across the base of the foot. Now, on that journey from toe to heel and heel to toe, if you feel a spot that needs some special attention, feel free to just hold for a second in that spot and let the body weight allow that muscle to wrap around the foot. So let's work once again back across the foot from the little toe side. One toe at a time, toe to heel, heel to toe, toe to heel, heel to toe, toe to heel, heel to toe, and big toe to heel, and heel to toe. Now bring the ball into the center of the toe bases and let the foot wrap itself around the toe bases, or let the foot wrap itself around the ball. You can bring a fair bit of weight onto that. And now bring the ball to the inner arch. So the ball is just visible on the inner arch. And again, lean into that. And back off. Just before we go to the other foot, come standing. Find your standing mountain pose. And perhaps notice how the foot we've into feels. Now, let's come to the opposite foot. Again, beginning with the heel on the mat and the ball under the base of the big toe, and just rolling the ball side to side across all the bases of the toe. Once again, coming to the base of the big toe and rolling back to the heel and towards the toe. Move one toe at a time across the foot, toe to heel, heel to toe, 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 and then work your way back, toe to heel, heel to toe, 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 and then come back to the big toe, toe to heel, heel to toe. Move the ball into the center of the toe bases. Let the foot wrap itself around the ball. And then bring the ball to the inner edge of the arc, just peeking out. And once again, bring the weight onto that leg. And let's come off and just move the ball off to the side. Let's find our blocks. Set our blocks parallel to the seat of the chair. And step the toes onto the blocks. Or if you find this is, again, too much, the other thing that you might do is if you have a blanket available, and this one's a bit too soft, but it's all I've got at hand, you can roll up the blanket and come instead onto the blanket, or if you're not going to feel stable doing this, just keep the feet on the floor. So what we're trying to do here is get a bit of a stretch into the calves. So let's begin with the feet parallel, in hip distance apart, and raise the heels up for 1 and down for 1. Heels up for 2, down for 2. Heels up for 3, down for 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, and 6. And we're going to hold the heels away for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back down. Now bring the inner edges of the big toes to touch and the heels slightly apart, maybe about 1 inch apart. We're going to repeat those heel lifts now with the big toes touching, coming up for 1 and down for 1. Come up for 2 and down for 2. Come up for 3 and down for 3. 4, 4, 5, 5, and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And come back down. Bring the heels to touch and splay the feet out into a V. Raise up for 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, and 6, and 6. Big toes to touch. Heels are wide. Raise the heels for 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, and 6, and 6. Set whatever prop you were using aside. And now let's step the right foot in towards the chair and step that left foot back and come onto the toes of the left foot. So the heel is above the toes on the left foot, and straighten our front leg, the right leg, and then bend the right knee in towards the chair. For 1, 2, raising perhaps the same side arm, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we're going to hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back. Step that back foot in slightly. Angle the toes out. Inhale here. Support the front body with the core as we exhale and fold over the chair. The hands might come fully across. That's going to depend on how tall your chair is and how tall you are in relation to the chair. Breathe here. And on the next inhale, come all the way up and step the feet back to me. Feet are hip distance apart, parallel, and come to standing mountain. Once again, grasp the chair. This time, the left foot comes in towards the chair, the right foot comes back, and we come on to the toes of the right foot. Firm up these core muscles, support the front body, press into the toes on that back leg, and bend the left knee in towards the chair and straighten for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Release. Step the back foot in, not all the way. Angle the toes out. Hips come parallel to the back of the chair. Inhale. You might take the arms overhead. Exhale, fold over the chair. Perhaps reaching over. Supporting the front body with the muscles of the core. And breathing here. Inhale, come all the way up. Draw the hands back to heart center and step back to standing mountain. Tadasana. Hands to the chair, back the feet away. Stretch the body out in a chair down dog. Let's lift the left toes away, take them out behind us, and either let them continue to rest on the floor or take them away from the floor, stretching the body out and perhaps raising the opposite hand in a chair-supported version of Warrior 3. Release the hand, release the foot. Shake out the hips by bending one knee, then the other knee. And let's go to the opposite side. Release. Come back to our chair supported down dog and stretch the body out. Walk the feet in towards the chair. And let's wrap up our standing work with a chair supported or chair assisted tree. So establish the contact with the foot on the chair side. And think back to that work we did about building the sensitivity in the feet with the ball. Lift the knee, open the knee, come to the ankle, the calf, or the inner thigh. Hands together at heart center or supporting yourself with the chair. And open the branches of our tree to that glorious rain we're having today. Breathe here. Draw the hands back together at heart center. Release the leg and let it sway. Let's go to the opposite side. Build our foundation in our chair side leg. So find that good strong support in our chair side leg. Bend the knee, come to the ankle, to the inner calf or the inner thigh. Hands come together at heart center. And let's open. And once again, open to that glorious rain, that renewing rain. Draw the hands back to heart center. Release. And just before we come back down to seated, just bounce, shake the hands, walk, move whatever way you want to. And let's come back down to seated. So today, we neglected a bit the shoulders. So just before we come to our final relaxation, we'll just do a little bit of work on the shoulders to stretch them out. Stretching the arms out to the side. Oh, there's Kathy. Let's breathe here and take the right arm over the left and reach around and peel the shoulder blades away from the spine. Breathe into the back. Let's bring the hands together, raise the arms. Unravel everything. Take that left hand to the outside of the right thigh and twist towards our right side. Inhale here, exhale, come back through center, and let's twist in the opposite direction. Inhale here, exhale, come back to center. Let's walk the feet slightly wider than hip distance and either bring your blocks, or if you know you can come to right down to the floor, you don't need your blocks. Inhale up And exhale into that center of that V formed by the legs. Using this inward turning pose, this chair version of child's pose, start to slow the body down. Prepare yourself for final relaxation. Bringing that focus more inward. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale back to heart center. And do whatever you usually do to prepare yourself for final. Oh, we didn't do the other side. So let's stretch the arms out and take left over right. Feel the shoulders away. Either stay here or bring the palms to meet. And take the right hand to the outside of the left thigh and twist left. Inhale here, exhale, come back to center. And let's, just before we do our final relaxation, let's just do some big circles with the upper body. So go out to the side, come across, back, side, forward, across, and back, and side, forward, across, and then go in the opposite direction. Come back to center. And now prepare yourself for final relaxation. Take a drink, grab some extra clothing, do whatever is necessary to allow you to find comfort and relaxation during the final moments of our practice. So sitting comfortably in seated mountain. The chair helping to position the spine, but not fully supporting the spine. Relaxing the weight of the body into the support of the chair. Closing the eyes, finding the breath. But now no longer exercising that intentional control of the breath. Allowing the breath to find its natural rhythm. Observing the movement of the belly. And observe the softening of the muscles with each exhale breath. Move from the intentional creation of external shapes of the body to a relaxed state where now we are just allowing the body to take the shape of the whatever is supporting us. The body adapting to the shape of the chair. The feet feeling contact with the floor. The breath slowing right down. And let yourself think of the cooling effect of the rain today, of that rain that's revitalizing all the plants, the much needed rain. And although the rain may inhibit our outdoor activities today, let yourself think of the revitalization that's going to come from this rain. And now, taking that sense of peace and relaxation that we've developed through our practice this morning and reconnecting to the world around us, deepening the breath, moving the fingers and toes, nodding our head forward and back and side to side, flipping our weight once more to the front of the chair, stacking the spine, and let's everybody take a nice deep breath in together and then sigh it out through the mouth, eliminating any of that tension or holding that may still be evident in the body. So everybody breathe in together. Exhale through the mouth. Let's inhale, come back to center. And we haven't done our chair yoga affirmation for a long time. So I think we'll just do that before we wrap up our practice. So coming back to our seated mountain pose. And if anybody wants to unmute themselves for our yoga, our chair yoga affirmation, please feel free to do so. It doesn't work very well in Zoom because whoever speaks the loudest is going to dominate.
Make sure
anyway,
you talk loud.
we'll try it. We'll try it today. So let's everybody take a nice deep breath in. I am the mountain. I am stable, strong,
and secure.
I am the mountain. I am
stable, strong, and secure.
I am the mountain. I am stable, strong, and secure. Inhale the arms overhead. Draw the hands back to heart center. And thank yourself for making time for the practice today. Thank each other for sharing your practice. And thank you so much for the honor of guiding you through your practice today. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you.